Okay, good evening, everyone. We are going to go ahead and get started. Thank you so much for being here and welcome to the Reno Virtual College Fair. We're excited that you're here. We have a great group of colleges and universities and panelists lined up for you tonight. So we're excited for you to learn a little bit more about these colleges that you're interested in. I'm just going to go through a few housekeeping announcements before we get started. First, your camera and microphone is turned off, so don't worry, we can't see you or hear you. But hopefully you can see and hear us okay. If for some reason you can't or that changes, just send us a message in that Q&A button on your Zoom toolbar and we'll be happy to help troubleshoot that with you. Speaking of the Q&A button, that's really your best way to engage with our presenters and colleges this evening. So as you have questions throughout the session, feel free to submit those anytime. It doesn't just have to be while that particular college is presenting. You're welcome to ask questions all throughout the session and they'll be responding to those behind the scenes. You're welcome to direct questions to individual colleges and universities or ask more general questions that the whole group can chime in on from their perspective. So feel free, like I said, submit those anytime and we'll be happy to answer those. Don't forget, this is just one of many sessions being offered this evening, so check the StrideScan website, sign up for any additional sessions you might be interested in, and then don't forget that this presentation is being recorded and will be available within about a week or so at that same website where you registered. So with that, I just want to show the agenda for this evening. So we are at the top left-hand corner, session A1. So these are the 6 universities we are going to hear from, and so I'm going to turn it over to Maryville University.
Right here. All right, let's go. Let's take a quick trip to St. Louis, Missouri, everybody. My name is Dennis Jones. I am the West Coast Regional Director of Admission. I'm based in Oakland, California, so I'm here on the West Coast. And I am not only the representative for Maryville, but I'm also the parent of 2 current students. My daughters current students on campus from California, so I can kind of speak from both sides of the table. Maryville is a independent private university located about 20 minutes west of downtown St. Louis. You can see over 10,000 total students, about 2,900 traditional undergraduates, second fastest growing private school in the country. A lot of it's online growth, but our traditional side grew by about 7% this fall as well. You can see here we have students 50 states, 58 countries, average class size of 15. So just a good mix of people in our community and in that smaller class size. About 150 plus clubs and organizations, kind of something for everybody. It's really hard to be a Maryville student and not be involved. We have a bunch of club sports as well, and women's ice hockey, men's volleyball, men's women's rugby. We scholarship all of those. Ice hockey and volleyball will be playing a Division I schedule in 2022. And we're big in the esports world. We built a brand new esports facility. They have their own servers. We just won our 4th national title in League of Legends in the last 5 years, a couple weeks ago. So we kind of dabble a little bit. And I also mentioned that our 4th most freshmen in the last 5 years have come from the West Coast, California, Oregon, Washington, Nevada, Arizona. And that's one of my students from Hawaii, Marie, who's a big surfer. So students adapt and figured out this is behind one of our residence halls, and she figured out that snowboarding is pretty fun as well. Some of our most popular programs for students from the West, direct entry, nursing, PT, OT, speech language therapy. They're all direct entry in and out in 4 years, or direct entry to masters, or with PT, the doctoral program. Cybersecurity, sports business, or both business majors. With any of our business programs, you can do bachelor's, master's in 5 years in any of them. Computer science house program. You can see below, you can choose from any of those there or multiple tracks as well. But we also have a slew of engineering majors, lots of STEM stuff, 84% to med school. I think it was 18 accepted out of 24 that apply. Criminology, forensic science, psychology majors, art and design majors, game design's blowing up on our campus. So something for everybody. Snapshot of our, most of our programs are directly partnered or indirectly partnered. We're a direct partner with Apple. For instance, sports business is the only program in the country that's corporate partnered. We partner with Rawlings. Division II athletics, 22 division, much everything but football. We have brand new facilities for soccer, lacrosse, tennis, softball, baseball facility, all built within the last 2 years. We're building a field house currently to house court sports. We're going to tear down our gymnasium, brand new gym here in the next couple of years. We're about to double the size of our art and design building. Our health science facility is just 2.5 years old. Really, really modern campus. Lots of technology. We're one of very few schools our size to actually have a cadaver lab on campus as well. Apple Distinguished School, there's only 9 in the country. Why is that important? Because Apple recognizes schools, colleges, and universities for their innovation and use of technology in and out of the classroom. Again, there's only 9 in the country out of 4,000 plus colleges and universities. All of our students get the iPad Generation 7 with the pencil. It's not a gimmick or a bribe. We use them. If we had more time, I would show our active learning video. If you have time, look it up. It's pretty awesome. My kids, both my kids, my older daughter's a junior, younger daughter's a freshman. I didn't buy either of them a pencil, paper, a notebook. They don't need them. It's, you know, they can do everything. You guys know better than me. You can do everything on the iPad. You can drag in content, etc. You can also choose between ebooks or hard copy books. It's up to you. All of our traditional undergraduates are also connected to a life coach before they even get to camp. Help with, they serve as your academic advisor the first couple of years. They're going to help with internships, observation opportunities. My kids love their life coaches. 97% career success rate. That just means our students are in grad school, med school, law school, join the Peace Corps, or have a job when they graduate within about 6 months of graduation. Things like nursing, PT, OT, engineering, cybersecurity, it's 100% within about 30 days of graduation. So we're all about outcomes, which I say parents appreciate now, students appreciate later. And you can see here, we're proud of the outcomes, and about 16% higher than the national average there. And then the cost. We dropped the cost about 5%, actually exactly 5%, about a month before school started this year. So in the middle of a pandemic, when a lot of universities are worried about funding and revenue, we dropped it by 5%, and you can drop it by another 50% over the next 3 years. So a total of 20% drop, which again, as a parent, I'm excited about. Merit scholarship, $14,000 annually. They're renewable. GPA or test score. We're test optional. We have been for 5 years, so not pandemic related. We also have competitive scholarships, full tuition room and board, full tuition, half tuition scholarships, three-quarter tuition scholarships that are connected to an interview. Free to apply, Coalition app, our app, Common App. I'm going to put up my contact information because I'm running out of time, and I'll leave you with this. We're one of very few, or maybe the only school in the country where your cost is actually your cost, you guys. It's everything included: books, iPad, room, food, laundry, parking, Wi-Fi, tutors, printing. Biggest thing being, so as a parent of 2, I'm not dropping $3,000 or $4,000 on books per year. Thank you very much. Have a great night.
Great. Thank you, Dennis. Okay, next up, we are going to Next, we're going to Queen's University with Nathan.
All right. Thank you very much. Great to be here this evening. I'm just going to share my screen. Okay. Here we are. Okay. And let's present. Okay. Well, as I said, my name is Nathan. I am an undergraduate admission coordinator at Queen's University. Happy to have the opportunity to talk with you about Queen's this evening. We are in Canada, in the beautiful historic waterfront city of Kingston, Ontario, just on the northeastern shore of Lake Ontario. By Canadian standards, Queen's is a mid-sized university, but just so you understand what that means we're about 24,000 students in total, so you might consider that large, 18,000 of those being undergraduate students. Queen's holds a significant place in our country's history. In fact, Queen's was founded in 1841, so 26 years before Canadian Confederation. We have over 177 years of experience educating future leaders from around the world. And although we are a university with lots of fun traditions, what continues to make Queen's one of the best universities in Canada is its continued commitment to innovation, research, teaching, and student support. So we want you to know that at Queens, yes, you will be challenged, but you are going to, while you're being challenged, we're going to be there with an amazing array of services and supports. And if you embrace the challenge and take advantage of the supports that we offer, we know you will succeed. One prime example of a support tool that is available to you right now would be the major maps. If you were to go onto our website and type in major maps into the search function, you would eventually find a list of major maps, literally maps of each and every program at Queens that have been created by our Career Services Office. Each map has incredibly useful content, like a great description of each program or major, what key courses to take in first year to stay on track, how to get connected on campus, how to get real-world experience, how to prepare for life after graduation, even a list of careers that past grads have gone on into. So no matter what you choose to study at Queens, you can make your degree as unique as you are. You can choose from astrophysics to Latin, to commerce to history. You'll get to take advantage of instructional styles such as blended learning, integrating face-to-face learning with online learning, or the flipped classroom style. And you'll be able to engage with world-class professors and learning from those professors in innovative teaching spaces. So there's something for everyone at Queens, and the opportunity to get relevant experience goes well beyond the classroom. Everything from arts to athletics, or perhaps a club. We've got more clubs per student than we know what to do with. So something there for everybody's interest. There are also summer work experience opportunities, such as on-campus research, or maybe even an entrepreneurial opportunity. And then there's also internships, which are available to students in almost every faculty. With 12 to 16 months working in your field of specialization, you'll get an opportunity to gain real-world experience, make a difference, and build your resume. And many of the internships are even paid with an average salary of around $43,000 a year per student. Of course, throughout your time at Queens, we will encourage you to start thinking globally because we live in a global community and we engage in a global marketplace. So consider taking advantage of an exchange or study abroad opportunity with one of the numerous international universities that we partner with around the world. Or maybe you'd like to spend a semester at our castle in East Sussex, England, which serves as our international campus. Queens attracts some of the best undergraduate students from across Canada and from around the world. And a 94.6% retention rate, meaning the percentage of students who start at Queens and then stay, proves that we take our commitment to supporting students seriously. And not only do our students make a successful adjustment to university life, they continue to significantly outperform the average when it comes to progressing through their studies and graduating on time. And with a 91% employment rate 6 months after graduation, our graduates move into the marketplace as very sought after and employable professionals. Queens is a comprehensive university with programs ranging from applied sciences to the social sciences, from humanities to the creative arts. So chances are we offer the program that you're interested in. Arts and science represent the Bachelor of Arts and the Bachelor of Science, and each one of those would have a whole host of majors. The rest are direct entry programs listed there. Once you have identified the program that you're interested in, I definitely encourage you, you can apply through OUAC, Ontario University Application Center. Just type that into Google, you'll find it, or the Common App. And of course, we are test optional. Really, just check your to-do list, your emails, make sure you stay on track, have your transcripts sent into us. And remember this, we know you're going to do great no matter where you go, but we're confident that your greatest story is going to start at Queens. Thanks for listening. Bye.
Great, thanks, Nathan. Okay, next up, we are going to the George Washington University.
Great, thank you, Tyler. Hi, everybody. My name is Andrea Frangi, and I'm the Regional Director of Admission for the George Washington University, based out here in the other Washington. I work with students from California and the Pacific Northwest. So for those of you who might not be super familiar, GW is considered a mid-sized private research university. Our average class size is 29. And most importantly, our largest class tends to be our Econ 101, tapping out at about 160 students. So we're not a university where you're going to experience that 400, 500, or 600 student lecture hall. Some of your classes might have 60 or 80 students in it, but a full 50% of the classes that we offer at GW have fewer than 20 students. We really want you to have the opportunity to learn from the other students in your class who are coming from all over the country. About 14% of our students are from overseas, and we want you to have the opportunity to be in debate, discussion, dialogue, and argument with them as you're discussing some of the most important current events and things that are going on in our world. GW is a little bit unique. We are the largest university located in the heart of our nation's capital. We take up about 20 blocks of the Foggy Bottom neighborhood, 4 blocks away from the White House, across the street from the State Department, a quick bike ride to the National Mall, where GW students are the only ones in the country whose graduation ceremonies are hosted there. We are a residential university. I think it's really important for students who are thinking about going cross country to go to university to know that you're going to have guaranteed housing through your junior year because we require it. So on-campus housing is not going to be a problem. A number of years ago, GW acquired a 25-acre property that used to be the Mount Vernon Women's College, and it is in a more residential part of Washington, D.C. For any of you who are familiar with the district, it's in the Berkeley neighborhood. About a third of our first-year students, or about 700 students, live on the Mount Vernon campus. It's about 3 miles between the two campuses, and GW provides shuttles that run on a 24/7 schedule. It's usually about 10 minutes to get between the two campuses, although in rush hour, it can be a little bit closer to 20. But students who live on the Vern, the majority of their classes are going to be on Foggy Bottom. But I think that Mount Vernon campus living experience can be a really great fit for a student who loves the idea of the hustle and bustle of the city by day, but wants to have a little bit of a quieter, more smaller residential community by night and on the weekends. Here you will find the slide of tiny text. This is a list of all of the over 75 majors that we offer at GW. The reason that I want to share this is because when you apply to GW utilizing the Common Application, you will need to indicate which of our 7 schools you would like to be a part of. So if you're somebody who's thinking about political science, definitely a popular option at GW, pre-med, pre-law, or any of the sciences, you're going to want to indicate the Columbian College of Arts and Sciences. What I'd also like to mention is that even though we're in the heart of our nation's capital, not everyone majors in political science, journalism, or international affairs. We have super strong engineering programs, and in my opinion, there's no better place to study business than right in the heart of Washington, D.C. We also have amazing visual and performing arts opportunities in the district as well and on campus. For students who don't know what they want to major in, the Columbian College of Arts and Sciences is a great place to start. And there are definitely pathways for students to switch schools once they're at GW, double major across schools, or pick up a minor in another program as well. Couple things that I want to highlight. GW is typically in the top 3 in our nation for internship opportunities. Our Center for Career Services oversees the typically 15,000 internships and part-time job opportunities. A full 70% of our undergrads will graduate having completed at least 1 internship. 3/4 of those will do 2 or more. An internship can be a really great way to start building your resume, start building that network. We have over 90,000 alums who've remained in the greater DMV, but we also have great alumni networks across this country. So if you're thinking about going back to Reno, or if you're thinking about maybe spending a summer in San Francisco, we've got alumni networks that we can connect you with to help hook you up with a summer job or internship wherever it is that you might land. Division I athletic programs at GW, we have 23 varsity sports played at the D1 level. Soccer and basketball tend to be our premier sports. Also, of course, club and intramural teams. So if you love a team moment, don't want to play at a D1 level, we've got you covered. We also have over 550 student organizations, including the largest Young Democrats club in the country. We also have one of the oldest iterations of the College Republicans. We've got students who fall across all aspects of the political spectrum. We've got great academic student organizations, opportunities for students to be involved in volunteer work and activism as well. So our students tend to be very involved. Admissions process, common application, exclusive. You can see here we offer early decision, which is going to be binding. If GW has been your ride or die since day one, ED might be a great fit for you. Otherwise, the majority of students are applying regular decision, which is a January 5th application deadline. GW is test optional, and we have been test optional since 2015. We fully expect that many more students over the next couple of years will be applying without testing, and we are completely fine with that. You are still going to be competitive for admission and merit scholarship consideration. My contact information is on the screen here. If you want a screenshot or take a photo of it, feel free to do so. But I'm going to pass it back to Tyler. Thanks.
Great. Thanks, Andrea. Okay, next up, we're going to Duke Kunshan University with Lindsay.
Hi, thank you so much. My name is Lindsay Parker, and I am a Global Recruitment Officer for Duke Kunshan University, which is Duke University's new joint venture university in China. Essentially, what we are offering is a Duke Education 2.0 taught in English in China to top international students from all around the world. We are a partnership between 3 partners. The first one is Duke University, which is typically ranked in the US top 10, worldwide top 20. It is one of the top universities in the entire world. Our second partner is Wuhan University, which is one of China's top 10. And our third partner is the city of Kunshan in China. Our students study on both campuses and earn 2 degrees, the Chinese degree from Duke Kunshan University and the US bachelor's degree from Duke. This is the city of Kunshan. It is one of the greenest and wealthiest cities per capita in all of China. It is also an emerging technology and innovation hub, similar to Silicon Valley in California. From here, it's about 20 minutes on the high-speed train to Shanghai, one of the biggest and most international cities in the entire world. We are also very close to China's water towns like this one, so our students also can get a taste of more historic and traditional China. Our students can also spend part of the junior year, which would typically be either a fall or a spring semester of the junior year at Duke University in Durham, North Carolina. There is also the option to spend a summer term at Duke University, and you can take any of the full menu of options of the courses available at Duke. Our students are also graduating with the 2 degrees, the Chinese degree from Duke Kunshan and the US bachelor's degree from Duke. We are a research-oriented liberal arts and sciences university, and we are taking an innovative, practical, and global approach to higher education, preparing our students to hopefully have an impact on some of our biggest global challenges across the world today. This is our list of current majors. They are all interdisciplinary dual majors that have been pre-packaged together, kind of like double majors. Some of our strongest options are going to be in areas of international appeal, like preparations for diplomacy, international policy, some STEM fields like mental health and molecular science. We've got a great innovative way of delivering classes. Our students are taking 7-week mini-mesters where they can focus on just 2 or 2.5 classes at a time, which is so much less stressful than juggling 4 or 5 classes all at once. We also have a modified course week in which Monday through Thursday is dedicated to learning in the classroom, and every Friday is reserved for experiential learning outside the classroom. So that could be sports, clubs and activities, research and internships. It could be field trips where they go and explore different parts of China, or just using it as a 3-day weekend to go have fun in Shanghai, or even take a vacation somewhere in Southeast Asia. Demographically, we are aiming for about a 60-40 split, where we'd be about 60% Chinese nationals, 40% international, and of the international population, approximately half are from the US, and the other half come from all over the globe. So in our first 3 classes already, we have over 50 different countries and nationalities represented in our undergraduate body. When we're at full capacity, we will be about 2,000 undergraduates. We have some of the most beautiful student residences that I've ever seen at any university, and our students are guaranteed university-operated housing for all 4 years. We are looking for students who are high achievers and who are really hoping to make an impact. You don't have to know how. Our students don't declare their majors until close to the end of the second year, but hopefully you just have that passion to really be adventurous and have an impact. Over 80% of our international students do receive reduced tuition through scholarships and financial aid. Those packages do go up to 100% tuition coverage, so they can be quite substantial. We are on the Common App and test optional this year. This is our QR code that leads to our full-length info sessions and student-led campus tours. So if you would like to attend one of those, please take a look at those. Thank you so much, and I will pass it along to the next presenter.
Great, thank you, Lindsay.
Thank you.
Okay, next up we are going to Carleton University.
Okay, just gonna get my presentation up here. Okay, I think we're all good. Okay, so good evening, everyone. My name is Carly, and I'm coming to you from Carleton University, which is in Ottawa, Canada. I'm currently a national recruitment advisor here at Carleton, and I'm actually a graduate from one of our programs as well. I graduated a couple years ago from our Bachelor of International Business program, where I was actually able to intensively study Spanish for 2 years and then do a mandatory 3rd year abroad at a private business school in Valencia, Spain, which was absolutely amazing. So that's just an example of some of the really unique options that we offer our students here at Carleton. So this is a shot of our campus. Like I said, we're located in Ottawa, Ontario, Canada, which is the capital city of Canada. We're about 15 minutes from the downtown core from Parliament Hill, where our government sits, and about 15 minutes from the Ottawa International Airport. So everything that you see there on our campus is the whole thing. So everything's super accessible to our students, whether that's residents, athletics, academics. You really kind of get that collegial feel that I was looking for in a university. Now, we're about 31,000 students. So as my colleagues at Queen's mentioned, in Canada, that's actually considered a mid-sized university. So yeah, we're about 31,000 students strong. And we're representative of over 150 different countries. So our student body is really reflective of the city that we're in. So being the nation's capital, you know, we're home to over 130 embassies and high commissions, national galleries and museums, over 1,900 high-tech firms. So it's a really unique place to study and also to live and connect with other people. One of my favorite things about our campus is actually something that you can't see. So I know you folks are would be coming from California, so this might help you. We actually have over 5 kilometers of underground tunnels that connect every single building on campus. So, if it's a really cold winter or a particularly rainy day, students can actually go in the tunnels and get to every single building that they need to. So, from residence to their class, to the caf, to the gym, students can use our safe, bright underground tunnels. As I mentioned, our campus is located right in the heart of the city, right between the Reno River on the right there and the Reno Canal on the left. And I would be dismayed not to mention that the Reno Canal actually freezes in the winter and becomes the world's largest ice skating rink. So it's super fun. You can actually skate right from our campus to downtown, to Parliament Hill, and maybe grab a hot chocolate or a beaver tail along the way. And a beaver tail is our signature pastry from the nation's capital. Now at Carleton, we definitely pride ourselves on academic excellence. So we have 5 different faculties within our school. We have our Faculty of Arts and Social Sciences, our Faculty of Public Affairs, where you're gonna find our world famous journalism program, political science as well. We have our Faculty of Science, where you're gonna find our Bachelor of Health Science, Computer Science, Math, and our wide array of science programs. We have our Faculty of Engineering and Design, where we have 13 direct entry engineering streams, one of which includes aerospace engineering, which is pretty unique to us. We're only one of 3 schools in Canada that offers aerospace engineering. And that's where you're gonna find our design schools as well. So we're a really big school for architecture and industrial design if you have a knack for design. And lastly, we have our Sprott School of Business, which is obviously the faculty that I graduated from, where you're gonna find our Bachelor of Commerce and our Bachelor of International Business, which I mentioned before. Every single one of our programs offers work experience opportunities. So whether that's a paid co-op, an internship, a placement, we really believe in that kind of hands-on experience for our students. And there are amazing opportunities within the nation's capital that you can take advantage of those, as well as anywhere you can do those work placements throughout the globe. I want to talk a little bit about scholarships quickly. So we have super generous entrance scholarships that are extended to international students as well. So they start at 80% and they're automatic. So when you apply to a program at Carleton, you're actually going to automatically be considered for those scholarships. They range from $1,000 a year all the way to $4,000 a year and are renewable throughout your whole degree. We also offer prestige scholarships that can cover up to your full tuition if you are a excellent student and are involved in extracurriculars throughout your high school experience. I also want to note that our residence, as you would be moving far away, is guaranteed to all first-year students. So you're guaranteed a spot in res in our residence community, which you saw on our campus map. Lastly, I just want to point out that picture in the middle. If you are leaving a puppy at home this fall, don't worry, our therapy dogs have got you covered. We have therapy dogs on campus that actually run their own office hours. So if you need a, study break, a little petting session, our therapy dogs have got your back. Lots of ways to stay involved and get connected with us this fall. I'll just put up our contact information there. You can find everything that you need to know on admissions.carleton.ca. You will apply through the Ontario University Application Center, the OUAC, and we do not look at your test scores. So I guess it's test optional. Thanks so much, and I will pass it off to our next presenter.
Great, thank you, Carly. Okay, before we head to our last presenter, I just wanted to throw a quick plug in there. If you have any questions for any of our presenters, now would be a really great time to start sending those through the Q&A, and they'd be happy to answer those. But with that, we will go to Richmond, the American International University in London.
All right, hello everybody. My name is Victoria and I'm here representing Richmond, the American International University in London. I think we maybe win the award for the longest name, but It's not a contest. But we are located in London, UK, as our name states. I'm a Richmond graduate myself, so also happy to answer any questions about student life and to talk further afterward as well. But without further ado, here we go. So first, just starting with our undergraduate programs. As you can see, we have our Richmond Business School, and feel free to kind of glance over all of the majors there. Basically, all of our majors kind of have an international spin on them by virtue of our student population, our professor population, as well as our location, just being in an international city like London. And then let me go on to also our School of Communications, Arts and Social Science. You can get an idea of our majors there too. So we're pretty focused on the fields that we offer. But I often feel like if Richmond is a right fit for you, you kind of know. So why Richmond? Well, first of all, Richmond is the only university in the UK that awards both a US and a UK degree. We say only one in the UK. I mean, it's the only one in the world. But yeah, so that's one cool perk. The idea being that if you wanted to further your education in the UK, you can do that. If you want to come home, you're always allowed to go home as well. Or if you're looking for work opportunities as well, US and UK educations and degrees are, approved worldwide. So that's great. We also have small class sizes. We're a small university. We have about 2,000 students, so it is very intimate. I was raised in Florida, so I was kind of used to the huge stadium schools, and this is a little different. Your professors definitely know who you are. But that's actually a good thing when you start looking for recommendations and future work opportunities. They can write you a great reference because they do actually know you. We offer on-campus accommodation. We have both the dorm style as well as more apartment or flat style housing. Study abroad opportunities. I always find it funny to talk about that because you feel like you're studying abroad, but you can study abroad further if you wanted to study elsewhere in the world, whether it's in Europe and Asia, or if you wanted to come back to the States, there's an opportunity to do that too. International student body. I work in the US Boston admissions office, and we're responsible for about 25% of the student population. So then our UK office is responsible for the rest of the student population, rest of the world. So, we have a lot of American students. A lot of them might be dual passport holders, or perhaps parents are in the military, or, diplomats. Some of my classmates couldn't tell me where they were from, which is sort of annoying, but when you hear their life story, you start to know why. We also offer, you have your personal academic advisors, high contact hours, that kind of goes with the small class sizes as well. Merit-based scholarships, all of our applicants are considered for them. You don't have to fill out anything else. It's all part of the application process. And then internships as well. If you wanted to go intern in London, in the UK, elsewhere in the world, back in the States, all of those options are available to you. Why London? Why not London is what I like to say. London is a social, cultural, and political capital city. There's everything going on in London. They say if you can't find it in London, you can't find it anywhere else in the world. It's the world's #1 international student city, and I can totally attest to that. It's super student friendly. There's always things going on. We are a small school, so you kind of get that intimate environment. But if you need a crowd, which, I mean, we're all kind of avoiding them right now, but if you need different activities, hobbies, theater was my personal interest. London, of course, has all of that. And so it's a great opportunity for that as well. Going a little bit more onto the internships, there's a little bit of the rules, the qualifications, things like that. And those are some of the organizations that we've worked with. Of course, if you do know about a specific internship company that you would like to work with, you just have to check in with our Office of Internships and Careers and see if it's something that you could get credit for and something that we could work out. as well as our clubs and societies. There's a list of a handful of them. One thing that I liked about Richmond was that if you don't see a club, an interest that you have, it's super easy to start a club. You just need a few friends, and then you have the support of our student affairs department if you need a place to meet, funding, maybe just help getting the word out to your fellow students. So it's a great way to be a founder of a club, or be the president, or whatever kind of goals you have. It's a good way to get some experience before you graduate as well. So here are entry requirements, pretty simple: personal statement, transcript, reference. We've always been test optional just because it's not as common in the UK. So, if you have a great score and you want to send it to us, you can. If you don't, feel free, don't feel stressed that you have to do that. And finally, there's my contact details. If you want to get in touch and discuss things further, I'd be happy to do so. But that is my time. Thank you so much for watching.
Great, thank you, Victoria. Okay, we have, it looks like another 4 minutes or so. So I'm going to ask our presenters if we want to get back on screen real quick. I'm going to give you all another 30 or 45 seconds or so. If you want to share maybe a favorite tradition on your campus, or a favorite experience that students can look forward to at your university, just something fun and that they can get excited about and look forward to. So we'll go in the same order we started. So we'll start with Dennis.
I'm going to go with two, just one for each of my daughters real quick. UWOW Week, which is the University Week of Welcome. A little different looking this year, obviously, but normally there's events going on 12 hours a day, bands, comedians, foam parties, all kinds of stuff. So that's pretty awesome. And then Cram Jam right before students go home, right before finals, and then before students go home around Christmas. There's a huge event, the giveaways, Apple Watches, Xboxes, PS4s. Pretty awesome. Students will start lining up or getting tables at like in the morning. The event doesn't happen until 9 at night. So pretty cool.
Yeah. So one thing that students always think of at Queens is that Queens is Kingston, Kingston is Queens, as far as the main city where our main campus is. So in the warm months, when students are there, if they take a 10-minute walk off campus, they're automatically in the historic downtown of Kingston, right near the political buildings, right downtown near the waterfront. And right behind those is a beautiful farmers market that's happening every day. They love to go just see what's there, what's available, have fun strolling around, and then head to that same spot in the winter months, and it's all of a sudden an open outdoor beautiful skating rink with hot chocolate, little fires burning, and beaver tails being sold. That's a pastry. So yeah, just enjoying all of the things that Kingston has to offer. Great tradition.
Yeah, I think every 4 years at GW, we host our own inaugural ball. So because we're 4 blocks away from the White House, we have special access to being able to celebrate in our nation's capital. It gives you an opportunity to dress up and either dance in celebration or dance the pain away, depending on how the election goes for you. But a lot of fun happens every 4 years, and our students are super into it.
For Duke Kunshan University, in a typical year when travel is safe and open, if you apply to DKU and you get accepted, we will actually pay for you to fly to China as an international admit and have a 4-day-long weekend experience where you can meet the other international admits, tour campus, tour the local area, take some sample classes from our professors, and basically see if DKU feels like a good fit for you before it's time to make your decision about whether or not to commit. So fingers crossed that travel will become safe again and we can start offering this experience again. Thank you so much.
In fear of saying that all we do in Canada is skate on frozen rinks, I will talk about the Reno Canal. So like I mentioned before, the Reno Canal freezes to become the world's largest ice skating rink, and it's right attached to our campus going all the way to Parliament Hill. And it's just over 7 kilometers. And then in the winter, there's something called winterlude. So I love Ottawa because I really feel like the city comes alive in the winter. So there's little like huts set up and food and like think food trucks on ice. Hopefully that doesn't scare you. It's a lot of fun. But yeah, the Reno Canal and Winterlude is my favorite. So yeah.
At Richmond, I would have to say it's probably the International Night. It's kind of closest to, I guess, a talent show, you would say, but with a little bit more of an international focus on, whether students are performing, dances from, wherever they're from, or singing, songs, national songs from wherever they are, or sometimes just sharing really surprising talents that you didn't know that your fellow classmates had. I'm just a theater nerd, so that was just that was my favorite part.
Awesome. Okay, thank you all so much for sharing great examples, and I would love to come spend a year at all of your universities, if only that were a possibility, right? So to our students, just wanted to say thank you so much for joining us this evening. Hopefully you learned a little bit more about these colleges and universities that you are interested in. When you close this window, there will be a link to a very quick 4-question survey. If you don't mind filling that out for us, we'd really appreciate any feedback that you have. Don't forget, we're offering mini sessions this evening and beyond. So check the StriveScan website where you signed up to sign up for any additional sessions you might be interested in, as well as finding the recordings there within about a week or so. So again, thank you for being here. Have a great evening, and we will see you in the next session.
Thank you.